Crystal Star back again, and this is the second video in a set of 6 videos, although there's a series of videos all covering the topic of the real history of the world, or what I'm calling the real history of the world anyway. And in this video I am going to be exploring just a little bit more in depth the contrast and also the Luciferic experiment. So let's not hang about, let's get straight on with it. Now, as we looked at in the previous video, the second that the physical universe was created, of course, where there's a physical existence, there exists also time as well, because where there is space, there can exist time. And of course, in the physical reality, we have the contrast, which means opposites. And we see it everywhere around us, don't we? Light and dark, day and night, up and down, hot and cold, everything has a contrast. And this includes the contrast from the original source as well. For example, as I explained in the previous video, original consciousness is love, peace and joy. When we are in or believe we are in the physical existence, the opposite of that must exist as well, which basically is fear. Now, we are sent here in these physical bodies to explore this contrast and decide on which level that we wish to be on. Some of it can get quite extreme, as I'm sure you're aware from what's going on and what's being uncovered in the world around us. But it's good to remember that it was our collective consciousness that decided or agreed to allow this experiment to play itself out, to explore that inversion, that contrast of being not what we are. Now, I know that on this particular planet at this particular time, I've heard it said so many times by so many people, we really are like the SAS of the universe. And when we go back, there's a lot of respect shown to us that we have been here and lived through this and experienced this. And I've also heard it was quite a lucky lottery to get to come back to this time and this space to work through this final conclusion. And don't worry, that's not a bad thing, that is a good thing. And as far as I understand it, the conclusion now is concrete, it's absolutely set. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't do our bit. We came here for a reason, of course we did, and the sooner we can get this energy raised, the better. However, let's just explore a little bit more deeply what the contrast actually means. As soon as the body is formed, the mind is formed as well. And the mind forms the ego. Now, I know people talk about the ego as if it's evil. It's really not. It's just a device. It's how we use it that's important. The mind believes it is a physical body, which it is. But the problem comes when we, our consciousness, become confused with the ego, the physical body, and believe we are just a physical body. When we are in or believe we are in a physical body, we only have the 5 senses to guide us. When we believe we are a physical body, we believe in sin, because we believe we have cut ourselves off from original consciousness. We believe that we have become the God in our own universe, that we created ourselves. Once this becomes very inverted, it does actually cut off our energy source, our energy feed. It doesn't actually cut off the source. The energy is always available, but our ability to process it is reduced. And this is a huge part of what has been going on. If any of you know or have experienced narcissists, you'll know what I mean. They just don't process their own energy, and they have to get energy from outside of them. And it's the way that they do this that's important, that directs the outcome. Now, this disharmony not only spreads, but it also pulls other conscious beings into its energy field as well, lowering their vibration. This, of course, is done on purpose. And that really is what this whole Luciferic experiment was all about. Now, if you didn't quite follow all of that, don't worry. I'll be explaining how that played itself out as we move forward. The important thing to remember is this disharmony is an illusion. We are all still connected to infinite source, infinite love, infinite peace and infinite joy. And it's in our power and our choice to decide where we stand on that. And if you do want to raise your energy and you do want to get reconnected to that, that really is what the Star Lightwork Circle is all about. And that really is what I'm all about. But right now we're looking at the real history of the world. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. In the next video, I am going to be looking at the beginnings of the world and, of course, the reptilians. If you want to support me, there's the PayPal tip jar link below. There's also my merch you can find on Redbubble. And I also would love you to join me on my membership site as well, on my website, starlightworkcircle.com, where the full version of all of these videos are, and there's also early access. I put my membership videos, or at least aim to put my membership videos out a week before my YouTube videos go out. So if you want to know more, or you want to get an early access, then please go along and join my membership site there. But otherwise, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next video.